Hello, hello, hello. It has been a busy day. I'm barely just getting to sit down and record this, and it's really late in the day. I finally got to get home and feed Zag. Um, I went to a convention, which this is the first time in nearly 6 years that I've been to a convention. The last one I went to was May 2019, and then 2020, I was planning on going back, and COVID came around and kind of interrupted all that, and things falling apart with the convention that I was going to. I've been hearing a lot of things that just kind of indicate that it wasn't really worth going to anymore. I just kind of stopped. And no one I know had really been going to conventions anymore except for one individual. And they were like, hey, you should come. And they've been telling me to come out there for the last couple of years, maybe just the last year. Um, And I'd always just been like, maybe later. Like I was working in 2023 when the convention last rolled around. And I'm pretty sure I was invited, but I didn't have the time because of work. And then in 2024, a year ago, I was fresh out of the job, but I was also trying to build through a whole bunch of projects relating to stream and figuring out my OBS stuff and trying to work on all of that. And I just it it just never happened. So this year I finally decided, well, I have the free time. I'm actually catching up on projects, so I don't feel like I have to constantly right on my computer doing stuff. I feel like I'm not failing myself in terms of my own goals. I went and it was fun. I actually went and brought along my camera. Cable goodbye. Brought along my camera. That was just a simple Nikon where is the model number? There it is. Nikon D3100. Um, Nothing crazy fancy, but it gets the job done and it has all of the necessary features to actually kind of do what you would think and kind of teach yourself digital photography without having so many of the features that you're distracted by trying to do all these fancy things. Um, and instead, you're focused on core basics of focal point, light, and framing, because those are all the things that you should be focusing on with photography. Um, so yeah, it was a fun day. I got to get some photos. At some point, I'm going to be putting different sections up on the website so that people can actually see what I've been working on. And I'll post them up on other platforms as well. You know, my Instagram. I'm probably going to put stuff up on Imgur just because that's an easy photo dump site, especially if you're uh, putting up photography and art that you're just working on. Um, and various platforms as it feels appropriate for me to post based on the subject and blah blah blah. I say that a lot. I'm now realizing, but yeah, just things to work on, things to think about, and I am very close to finishing up with the recording stuff that I've been trying to work on. I just want to get through the last of Borderlands, I think, and then I'll be set to just kind of leave everything to be recorded whenever I feel the need to get a side project running, and then everything else can be streamed for the time being. And then I can also start figuring out games that I just want to play in my own time, but also record them while I'm playing them. And this actually encourages me to have a good ratio of play to taking a break to all that, because with the hour long videos, I have a naturally built in break time of about an hour where I'm just like, yeah, I need to stop because this is how I want to do things, and this is the format that actually it seems to be working, which it does seem to be working because the videos that I'm doing that are an hour long, while not necessarily getting a whole lot of attention, are getting more attention than the VODs that are 5 hours long, with the exception of certain games. But those games are it's Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls. Uh, I don't know what it is, but some of you liked me playing Dark Souls 3, and it's Dark Souls. It was specifically the finale to the Dark Souls playthrough that I did. Now, granted, we will be going back and visiting Dark Souls because I am not fully happy just leaving it without all the DLCs or all the side bosses, and that is actually one game I am confident I can beat everything in. So we will be beating everything in. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I also need to, but like, there's a bunch of other games that I want to go and record first, so that I at least have the library of them all, so that like people are like, "Did you play this game? Yeah, go here for this VOD." Instead of like, "Did you play this game? Yeah, well, where's the VOD?" Younger me was stupid. Okay, younger me was very stupid. So, um, yeah. Anyway, it was nice. It was fun going to an event as a photographer or with the photographer mindset rather than as like a fan and a participant. Um, I wasn't actually like an official photographer. I just went so I could like the photos of people and get ups and all that. Just enjoy the event that way. And I found that that was actually a very enjoyable way for me to, and it forced me to talk to some people and interact with some people. And I think that's something I really need to learn to get over is just breaking the ice with people I don't even know and just being like, I like what you're wearing. Can I get a picture, please? Please. And most of the time, the people who are putting in the effort to these kinds of things are happy to be asked. So it's actually a very safe way to get used to talking to people again. Anyway, look forward to seeing some of that stuff and some other interests. Again, I am going to start getting into drawing. I'm going to start doing some other stuff. I do want to start working on some things, and I do want to start working with artists in creating better assets around the stream. I am no graphic designer. I am no artist. At least I wouldn't consider myself much of one at the moment. But I am going to be learning, and in the meantime, I am going to be on the abilities of others, especially because I will have disposable income to myself now to do so. That I will possibly be able to have huge improvements on the stream. I'll be able to have emotes. I'll be able to have um, better assets around the stream. Like this little background I threw together in maybe an hour of work, and I'm not really that great. It does the job, but like there's definitely a lot I could have done better with it. There's so many inconsistencies throughout it as well. But it was a good little learning project on teaching myself how to use GIMP, and I'm probably going to be moving away from that program just because I ran into some walls of how I want to do things with my photography. And the solution is either get a bunch of extensions for the program and hope that they all work, or just bite the bullet and subscribe to Adobe and get Lightroom and Photoshop, and it'll be able to do all of that stuff. And then, as for drawing, I'm probably not going to be relying on Photoshop. I have had a few different recommendations, some free, some not, and I'll probably be exploring those as those seem to be more capable or more enjoyable as drawing programs as opposed to Photoshop. But Photoshop is still very powerful and kind of is one of the industry standards in photo manipulation. So I'm probably going to be springing for the subscription that includes it just so that I can have it for what little I actually will end up using it for. And the things I do just to entertain. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I had to say for the day. And I will eventually start doing more variety than just these daily vlog type videos. I know I keep promising that. I know I've been promising that. And I know if you, especially if you're on YouTube and you're now trying to sift through all of the stuff, I think it's like every other video that I'm going to be saying something like that. And the reality is, I will eventually. It's just a matter of A, finding the time, B, finding the inspiration, and C, acquiring the tools that actually make it so that I can have a workflow to do so. But anyway, that's it for this one. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourselves, and I hope to see you around. Bye.